Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. Well, today I am doing a first. Well, for a long time, people have been asking me, can you do a video where you show a complete meal, like with the side dishes, the main dish, and a dessert? I'm like, wow, I never made one of those before. And they're like, well, it's kind of nice to just get like a whole idea of what to make for dinner. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do one. And today it is amazing because I'm making chicken marsala, roasted Brussels sprouts, and mashed sweet potatoes, but they're not regular sweet potatoes. And for dessert, we are making a simple puff pastry strawberry shortcake. Now stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to make everything and you are going to love it. Now to get started, you're going to need 2 large or 4 small chicken breasts. Now I had 2 large, and what I did was I cut them in half lengthwise, and then I pounded them flat, and you want them to be about 1/4 inch in thickness. Now you're going to go ahead and salt and pepper each piece on both sides. Now I have 12 ounces of cremini mushrooms, but you could just use white mushrooms, some marsala wine, some butter, olive oil, garlic, some bacon, some flour, and you'll need some chicken broth, and I'm just using these chicken granules, and some garlic. Now I'm going to show you a fast way to peel your garlic. Stick this in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then I'll show you what happens. Now see, I took it out, and it comes away from the skin just like this. Super easy. I never learned that till recently, and it's so easy. Now we're going to be making some Brussels sprouts, so I have a bag of those. Now I had to show you guys, look at the different sizes they had. Large, medium, small, and baby, all in the same bag. But don't try to get the really large ones because they're kind of fibrous in the middle. You want these on the bottom, the more small to medium ones. So I trimmed them, I sliced them in half, I quartered the large ones. And don't worry if some leaves fall off, that's totally normal. They'll get nice and crispy when they're baking, which I love those. They're like little potato chips, but Brussels sprouts. Now you're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and just put that in the bowl. And then you're gonna do about 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper, and then 2 to 3 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. Now I have a parchment lined baking sheet. I have my oven at 400, and we are gonna put these in a single layer, just like this. You don't want them on top of each other. Now we're also going to be making sweet potatoes. This is not a regular sweet potato. This is a white sweet potato. They're less sweet and less stringy, but they have a subtle sweet taste, and I just love them. They're also called a Jersey white potato or a Hannah yam. Now what you want to do is peel them and cut them into quarters, just like this. You don't want them too small because they absorb more water that way. Now we're gonna make a sauce for our Brussels sprouts. I have my bacon going. Now I have my potatoes on to boil, and you're just gonna, this was 4 strips of bacon, and you're just gonna cook it, and you're gonna fry it till it's crispy. And then I'm just draining it on some paper towels. Now you wanna take out the bacon, but leave the fat. And then I'm putting in some of the garlic. Now I'll have exact amounts in the description box, so don't worry. And then we're adding 3 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar and give that a stir. Now you don't want this on too high because we don't want to burn our garlic. And then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. You could also use honey. And now just give that a stir for another minute or so till everything is nice and combined. And then just pour that in a little bowl and set it aside for when our Brussels sprouts are going to be done. Now see, my potatoes are boiling. We're gonna cook those about 15 minutes. And my Brussels sprouts have been cooking for 15 minutes. They're not quite done. So we are going to just stir them around a little bit and put them back in for another 5 minutes. Now I'm testing my potatoes with a fork. And if the fork goes in easily, that means they're done. And then drain them off really well. And I'm just taking my potato masher and giving them a nice smash. Now, if you want a few lumps in there, you can totally do that. I like mine pretty smooth. And now I have a half a cup of heavy cream and 2 tablespoons of melted butter that I put in the microwave. And just add that in there, and that is gonna make them nice and creamy. And just keep smashing. Like I said, I like mine really smooth, but you don't have to smash yours as much. Now these are so much better than regular potatoes in my opinion, because they have that subtle sweetness and more like earthy flavor. I really think you're gonna like them. I hope you can find those particular potatoes at your store. And now if it looks a little dry, just keep adding your cream mixture. And this is looking just about perfect. There we go. All right, and then just add salt and pepper to taste. And I'm giving it a little taste. And it was perfect. Yum. All right, so it's been another 5 minutes and our Brussels sprouts are done. Now see how the leaves got nice and dark and crispy? Those are so good. But then you just wanna make sure your Brussels sprouts are nice and tender, which these were. Now I just went ahead and put them in a casserole dish, and we're just gonna pour our maple bacon sauce over the top and just give those a nice toss. And then we are going to top it with our crumbled crispy bacon. Now you guys, these were so yummy. I love Brussels sprouts, and they went so well with the slightly sweet mashed potatoes. Now let's go on to our chicken marsala. I have my chicken pieces that I'm lightly coating in some all-purpose flour, and they will look like this. Now in a skillet, I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I rinsed out the skillet from the sauce and put in the 2 tablespoons of olive oil and just cook that on medium. And what we want to do is have it to be golden brown on both sides. And I did it in 2 batches. Now, take the chicken out and add 2 tablespoons of butter and just get that partially melted. You don't have to melt it completely. And then we're going to take our 12 ounces of the sliced mushrooms and put those in there. And we're going to saute them for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now after a few minutes, you can go ahead and add your chopped garlic in and keep cooking. And you just want to cook it till most of the liquid has evaporated out of the mushrooms. Just like that. Now go ahead and add in your Marsala wine. That was 3/4 of a cup, but like I said, I'll have everything in the description box. Our chicken broth. Give it a stir. Loosen up any of those bits on the bottom if there is any. And then I'm just giving it some salt and pepper. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. And this is gonna give it a nice rich taste. Now, you don't absolutely have to put the cream in there, but I like it. And now keep stirring, and it's going to reduce and get thicker like this. Then go ahead and add your chicken back in. And then simmer it for another few minutes, and this is what it looks like. Yum, I wish you guys could smell it. Now here we are, it's all plated up. I'm giving it a try. It has so much flavor, and the chicken and the Brussels sprouts and potatoes go so perfectly together. Now stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to make the easy strawberry shortcake. So for our dessert, you're going to need some vanilla, some granulated sugar, some heavy whipping cream, some fresh strawberries, and a sheet of frozen puff pastry that I have thawed, some fresh lemon juice, and a softened block of cream cheese. Now just take your unrolled puff pastry and separate it and cut it into 6 rectangles. Now you're going to bake that at 375 for 20 minutes. Now in a bowl I have my sliced strawberries, and I added some granulated sugar and a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice, and then just give that a nice toss until all the sugar is coated in with the strawberries. And again, I will have all the amounts in the description box. Now in a bowl, add your softened cream cheese, your granulated sugar, and your heavy whipping cream, along with your vanilla. And take a mixing beater, and we're going to beat this for 2 to 3 minutes or until it's light and fluffy and there's no lumps. It will look like this. Now place that in a small bowl and put it in the refrigerator for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now our puff pastry is all done. See how it's nice and golden brown? You want to make sure it's thoroughly cooked in the middle. Now let it cool for 15 minutes. And carefully with a serrated knife, we're going to cut each one in half. Now take about 2 tablespoons of your cream cheese mixture and just put it on 1/2 of the puff pastry. Then go ahead and place some of the fresh sliced strawberries on top. Now I'm not exactly sure how many I put on there, but you know, just so it's nice and full looking. And then just put a thin layer of the mixture on the other side and close it together. And that's all there is to it. And of course we want to put a dusting of powdered sugar on top because that makes it look a lot fancier. And I just made a mess there. And here it is. So easy, right? Here's a better picture. Now you guys, you know how I love Nutella. So if you want, you can put Nutella on one side instead of more of the cream cheese mixture, and it was good that way too. Here I am just trying a little bite. It was really light, really refreshing, delicious. Now I hope you enjoyed all of these meal ideas, and I hope you're going to try them. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Bye everybody.